Welcome to Florida Solar Design Group's channel, where we're always in a sunshine state of mind. Today we're discussing how solar panels act as a hedge against rising utility rates. I'm Jason, co-founder and principal solar designer here. I also happen to have a degree in finance, so I know a little bit about hedges. Not this kind of hedge, but this kind of hedge. We're going to talk about dollars and cents, but stick around to the end and I'm going to give you a little secret about investing in solar panels. We all know that utility rates are always going up. The rate of increase is up and down, but it averages out to about 2.5%. That's expected to continue in the future. And sometimes we see big spikes in rates like we did a couple of years ago when fuel prices skyrocketed. To protect yourself against rising rates, you can install solar panels. When most people ask us about this kind of investment, they ask about return on investment or payback period. And those are fine to talk about. But the real benefit of solar energy is to mitigate risk, to lock in your price of energy for the next 25 years. The amount of solar energy you can capture with solar panels is predictable and consistent over the long term. So we know how many kilowatt hours your system will produce. 1,000 kilowatt hours of solar energy generated today will save you about $135. But in 25 years, that same 1,000 kilowatt hours will save you $250 if utility rates continue to rise at 2.5%. So in essence, your savings go up over time, and the more solar panels you install, the greater your savings. But stay with me to learn that secret I mentioned earlier. In the industry, you will hear the common call to action, the cost of doing nothing. What we're saying is that your cost of electricity will continue to rise over time if you don't install solar panels. But if you do, you're locking in the price of electricity. Now, some people think that you need to wipe out your entire electricity bill to benefit, and that can be a big investment. But that's not really the case. Let's say you install enough solar panels to knock down half of your electric bill. Well, at least half will be locked in. In a way, you're hedging in multiple ways. You're hedging your bets on half of your bill, but you're also hedging in case rates don't rise at the rate you expect. So it's kind of a double hedge in that respect. Okay, here's the secret I promised. Your best return on investment is not going to come from wiping out your bill completely. I totally understand the desire, and I'm not saying you shouldn't go for it, but there are multiple reasons that the ROI is better when you install a smaller system, say around 75 to 90% of your usage. First, we have tiered rates here. Once you eradicate most of your bill, you'll pay less for each remaining unit of electricity that you buy. You'll be lopping off your most expensive energy. Second, and this applies mainly to FPL customers, there's a $25 minimum bill per month. So even if you sell energy back to the grid for that billing period, they're going to force you to buy about $16 worth of electricity, no matter what. Third, if you're an LCEC customer, they charge you a tiered rate structure and they change you to a blended rate with one price for buying and selling electricity when you're on net metering. If you're a very heavy energy user, even installing one solar panel could save you a bunch of money over the long term. That's a long story and we'll talk about that in another video. It might sound like I'm trying to sell you fewer solar panels. The full story is a little more complicated, and there are mitigating and complicating factors. Solar panel output degrades a bit over time, so you might want a few more solar panels to account for that. Electrical usage tends to go up over time. You might be considering an electric vehicle one day, and people with solar panels, they tend to start using more electricity when their bills are ridiculously low. On the flip side, appliances are getting more efficient, and that could prompt you to install fewer panels. It's a bit of an art as much as it is a science to determine the best option for you. And then there's the tier rating of the system. I'll put a link in the description for that complicating factor. To wrap up, solar energy offers a way to insulate yourself from the financial impacts of rising utility rates. It's an investment that pays off more as traditional energy costs increase. Thank you for watching. Our goal is to help you make an informed decision. I know we talked about not wiping out your whole bill, but if you want to see a video showing what a net zero bill looks like, here you go. Keep your sunny side up.